The Hash It Out Show is brought to you by Barreto Home Solutions, Bayou Audio and Video, Hot Works on the North Shore, JFK Martial Arts in Mandeville and Covington, Black Hawk Hauling, Lil Dizzy's Cafe, Wags Food and Culture, Moe's Pizza, The Green Law Firm, Personal Injury Attorney, Drums Earwear.
Hands up, hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. 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 Hands up, hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Hash It Out Show. I am your host, JB, the sports guy. We got a good show for you all tonight, and I'm going to get right into it. I'm here with our special guest for tonight. His team, the Liberty Magnet Patriots, won the Division I Select Basketball State Championships this past weekend over St. Thomas More. The one and only head coach, Brandon White. Coach White, thank you for joining us. How you doing?
Look, thank you. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Everything well.
Yes, sir. Tell me, what has been the feeling of winning that state championship since Thursday? Not
Look,
Thursday, excuse me, Saturday.
yeah, it's an awesome feeling. You know, the guys they're real happy. You know, you put a lot of work in. It's rewarding to win the last game of the season. So it's a great feeling.
Most definitely. Let's talk about the start of the game. You guys caused 8 turnovers and went on a 20-0 run. How important was to get that start in the first quarter?
Yeah, well, it was real important against a team like St. Thomas More. You know, those guys are a pretty tough team year in year out, and so I just think to start off the game, my guys they were locked in. They knew what was at stake, and they came out ready to play.
Basketball is a game of runs, and St. Thomas More made some runs, made the game close. But what was your message to your team throughout the rest of the game when St. Thomas More was making their comeback?
Yeah, well, I knew they were gonna make a run. All teams make a run in basketball. I think my guys they were so locked in. They were playing to win the game. To start off. And after we jumped up so big, it was a sense of playing not to lose. So sometimes you kind of get content, but you know, um, needless to say, we were able to pull it off.
Would you say winning the state championship this year after losing 2 years ago in the championship game and then facing the playoff ban last year, would you say this was a redemption year for you and your crew?
Uh, you would like to call it that, but year in year out, you go in to compete for a state title. Um, like I told my guys after we lost the state title in 22. I just told them, look, it was an experience, but we'll be back. And so a lot of the guys that's on the team now, they were freshmen and sophomores at that time. And so to have that experience and then come back last year, I thought we had a good chance of at least making it back to the state tournament, if not competing for another state title. But with everything transpiring, it really motivated those guys this year not to take anything for granted.
How was the playoff ban from last year a learning experience for your team?
It was one of those things. You know, so we received the playoff ban, but you know, none of the kids actually fought. You know, it was the
Right,
fans that came onto the floor. You
right.
know, so it was real shocking to receive that. You know, that suspension. But one thing it taught the guys were, like I say, just not to take anything for granted and to play every game like it's your last. You know, because at any time it could be, taken away from you.
Was it used as a motivation factor going into this season?
Yeah, it was. The guys. I mean, they worked hard. They knew what they wanted. Especially our senior group. Like I say, as sophomores, that group had a chance to play for a state title, which we ended up being state runner-ups. And then last year, those guys thought, well, hey, we could get back to the state tournament and possibly win it as juniors. So going in this year as seniors, they knew it was, all or nothing pretty much.
Got a couple more questions and we'll let you go.
Okay.
Um, why did you want to become a coach? And was there anyone in particular who was an influence to you coming up to be
Yeah.
a
So
coach?
yep. So I would say my biggest influence in the coaching world, it would have been in house. My mom, she was a coach who recently retired, and over the last 8 years, I've been fortunate enough to work on side of her. She was our head volleyball coach at Liberty, Michelle Haynes. So, just growing up, always being in the gym around my mom, her coaching. Um, I always had that passion to coach and wanted to coach.
Last question. You was a walk on for Southern University.
Yeah.
How much of an inspiration was that to you?
You know what? That was one of the best experiences of my life. Um, because it taught me that I had to work for everything. So I started off as a walk on, before earning, a scholarship, and then, becoming a team captain at Southern. And so it was very challenging because it wasn't easy early on. Of course, as walk ons, you always get put to the back. So you have to work for everything. And so uh, that experience taught me how to really go after what you want. Playing college basketball is not an easy task. It's very challenging, but especially being a walk on. And so, that experience really molded me and helped mold me into the person I am today. Just knowing whatever it is that you want, you got to go after it. You got to put it all, go after it full force. And so, that's my message. That experience really helped me to I guess pour into the student athletes' lives that I'm dealing with, on a daily basis, especially in a time like now, where getting a scholarship is very hard. And so, I always tell my guys, if it's a walk-on opportunity that you get, just go in and prove yourself. And that's how life is. Every day you have to, prove yourself over and over. And so, again, that was an awesome experience for me. I'm fortunate for Coach Rob Spiver, who gave me the opportunity to walk on at Southern University, before becoming a scholarship player.
You're a head coach. Of course, you want to win, but at the same time, you want to make sure you get the best out of these kids and have the best happen for these kids. How important is it for you as a head coach to help instill life skills into these young individuals?
Well, that's what it's all about. Instilling the life skills. I talk to my guys every day about adversity. Last year we experienced adversity. Of course, just being a human being in life, you're gonna face some type of adversity. But the biggest thing about adversity is not the adversity part; is about how you deal with the adversity. And so, even with the game of basketball, you deal with adversity. You have your highs and lows throughout, but you have to find a way to overcome, the adversity. And so, again, I always try to use life skills, just to incorporate it within the game of basketball. So, I'm always talking to my players about that. because of course, in life, man, it gets hard, and you gotta have to go after what you want, and so that's the biggest thing I try to instill into my players.
I had a conversation with a friend of mine after the Marsh Madness tournament, and he was saying about how he thinks Central Louisiana has the best area of basketball, and I strongly disagree. And I said, to me, it's Baton Rouge area.
Mhm.
You guys, Zachary, Scotlandville. I can say so many teams. What can you say about the Baton Rouge area when it comes to high school basketball right now?
Yeah, well, you know, um, the Baton Rouge area is very, very competitive in basketball. You have, you take our district alone, you have Scotlandville, Catholic High. Those two programs were Scotlandville won a state championship the year before last. Then you had Catholic High win the state championship last year. We were fortunate enough to win it this year, and that's all out of one district. On top of that, you also have Central within our district. They were top 10 within 5A. You have Denham Springs within the surrounding area, but then you have also like the Madison Preps and the U High and the Donhams, Southern Lab. It's a very, and I'm pretty sure I'm like Episcopal. You
Yeah.
know, it's very, very competitive in this neck of the woods with basketball. Night in, night out. Is always good basketball. So I would agree with you to say that this area has the best basketball. I know some would agree, some would disagree. But I think it's quality basketball all across the state of Louisiana. We've been fortunate enough to travel out of state the last couple of years and play some top. And so I think our guys here in Louisiana, I think we have an edge about ourselves, and I think those guys can play across the nation. Compete across the nation. So uh, but I would agree with you with saying Baton Rouge has some of the best basketball in Louisiana.
Most definitely. I'll get you out of here with this last question. You probably haven't thought about this yet, but what can we expect from the Liberty Patriots next season?
Uh, you know what? I can what I can tell you is we're gonna enjoy it right now. But going into next year, we have 6 returning juniors. That'll be seniors. We have a pretty good load of sophomores that'll be juniors. And so we'll be competitive again next year. That's the part I always talk to my guys about is, of course, I believe J.J. Watt said it, success is not owned, is rented, and rent is due every day.
Yep.
And so we it's one of those things where you have to continue to prove yourself. So anybody could go out and do it one time. It's all about coming back again and again and again and again. So we look to be competitive again next year and continue to build our program into year in year out one of the top programs throughout the state of Louisiana.
Coach Brandon White, once again, congratulations on you, your coaching staff, and your team on winning the state championship. I wish you nothing but success in the future, and thank you for taking time out to join us here on the Hash It Out Show.
Man, I appreciate you for having me.
Definitely.
You take care.
You too, Coach. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
That's Coach Brandon White, the head coach of the Liberty Magnet Patriots. What's up, Coach Haggins? What's up, my man? How you doing, Coach? I saw Liberty play Saturday night in Lake Charles as I'm sitting on press row, and man, the start that they had, I really didn't expect that. That 20-0 run, causing St. Thomas More to turn the ball over 8 times. That was so huge in that ball game for them. Now they won the game by 4 points, I believe 62-58. St. Thomas More did make a comeback, but it wasn't enough. But man, to me, that Liberty squad was just, to me, one of the best teams I've seen all year. Yes, Coach, see Coach Haggins? See, Coach Haggins, great minds think alike. Look at that. Look at that. Yes. That was the best team I saw all year, man. And my gosh, I mean, talent galore, everybody. And, I think one of the guards, last name is Lee, was the one that got the MVP. But you could tell with that team, somebody can lead in scoring in a different in another game. Somebody different. That was just it was an amazing start. They held on for the win. They got the win, and Coach White, great coach, as you can see what he's done. I thought Liberty would have won last year. And unfortunate circumstances happened between them and Zachary, where they got banned, but they came back and won it this year. All I can say is I think good things are going to happen at Liberty Magnet High School with this basketball program. Not to mention the girls got to the semis this year and lost to Curtis. So both basketball programs are up on the rise. And look out, everyone who's playing Liberty in the near future, because that's going to be a tough game for anyone who has them on their schedule. So, but I want to thank Coach White for joining us. Truly appreciate it. And as far as for me, since I'm riding solo tonight. VK's on assignment, and George Peppers, I don't know, maybe he's still at work. I haven't heard from him. But to actually be at the Marsh Madness last top 28, man, and to see all the state championship games from Friday and Saturday was truly a joy. We had some great basketball that was played. Central Louisiana winning 3 titles in Avoyelles Charter Public School. Peabody and Marksville winning. New Orleans area winning 3 with Ponchatoula, Newman, and Crescent City. We see Liberty won for the Baton Rouge area. It was great basketball from start to finish. I enjoyed every minute of it. I was tired, and I'm still tired as hell from it, but I wouldn't change nothing from it. I can't wait for basketball season to start up again. I'm ready for it right now. I asked somebody for an AAU schedule so I can go see AAU games. But it was great. It was great. Tomorrow night, we have Casey Jones, the head coach of Waspen boys basketball team. He's going to join us tomorrow to talk about the championship that they won. And many people don't know that Casey Jones and the Waspen squad has gotten to the Marsh Madness / top 28 for 9 years in a row, and they couldn't win a state championship. He finally got over the hump. It's his second title that he's won. He won his first title back in 2009 by defeating Hornville in the state championship. And this is his second title now, and I think the first for Waspen boys basketball ever, or for the first time in a very, very long time. I'm not sure, but we have Casey Jones tomorrow. We're going to talk about the LSU South Carolina incident. We're going to talk about that. Me and VK kind of have different perspectives on things, so we're going to really be hashing that out, because y'all know VK be wrong and I be right. But other than that, we're back here tomorrow night at 7:30, and I'm also probably going to try to get a little top 28 review in recap for y'all, for everyone. We'll talk about that a little bit. But everyone who joined on the show tonight, truly appreciate it. I thank you all for joining us. We're back tomorrow night at 7:30 right here on the Hash It Out Show. I'm JB the Sports Guy. Y'all take care.
My name is Micah Higgins, head boys basketball coach at Bonneville High, and you're watching the Hash It Out Show. Go Bruins!
Randolph, head coach of the Hornville Tigers boys basketball team, and you are watching the Hash It Out Show.
Thank you for watching the Hash It Out